Growing up in a happy family, I've always expected everything to be just happy. My parents were in good terms and everyone was happy. But I always felt that there was a piece missing in my life. During my second grade year in Vietnam, my family decided to move to America. It was a huge change for me, but adapting to my new environment was not too hard because I was still very young. My family made the adjustments even easier because they were always there for me, leading me through every stepping stone. After moving to America, my family stayed with my uncle and we moved out after a year, which was a great accomplishment for my parents. Together they worked hard to raise 4 children and to save up in order to rent a place. Soon after, we moved out and my parents got into many arguments due to financial reasons. Unexpectedly one day, during my 4th grade year, I came home from school and I could hear my parents arguing as I entered the doorway. The arguments carried on for hours until the darkness gathered around us. The moment my dad couldn't take it anymore, he began to pack his stuff. I can still remember each question that I asked myself as he was grabbing each piece of his clothing. What is he doing? Is he leaving? What will I do without Dad? I immediately grabbed his bag and asked him not to go. He stood up and walked out the door. My siblings and I followed him. He walked outside and kept on walking faster and faster, with his bag held tightly in his hands. I tried pulling the bag, but my little legs could not keep up. We soon crossed a bridge and my dad stopped walking at the end of the bridge. I stood there not knowing what to do and just cried my heart out. I looked at the moving cars and then the sky. I thought about God for a quick moment as I looked up at the sky with all the beautiful stars. I closed my eyes and began praying to God. I prayed that God would lead my dad back home and I will live to follow him sincerely. Right when I stopped praying, I heard my dad said, "Let's go home." At this moment in time, my heart immediately stopped racing and my eyes began to dry up. My dad walked home and this time holding onto my hands tightly. From this day on, I continued to build my relationship with God. I asked my mom to put me into Bible school and it was the best question I ever asked her. I've never regretted one moment being with God. My relationship with God began to grow as I put in more time and effort to strengthen our relationship. I've learned that what I've experienced will not be the only obstacle that I will encounter. Having God next to my side will give me purpose and strength to push through all. My life was filled after finding God, and He was the missing piece all along.